Alrighty, guys, happy Friday to you all. So we still got Bitcoin sitting around 58,000. And the big question this week is, are they going to sink us? That was the big question. If not, I'm still looking at a push up into the weekly close. So they've had a couple of days to push us down. They attempted again yesterday. We did have a little push down from Bitcoin. That pushed us down to the areas of around 56. We're now back above 58. And now we're going to pay attention to, are they going to sink us down to this big zone, which is sitting at 54,000? If so, it's probably going to happen pretty soon. I said this yesterday. I said if they're going to start to sink us, it's going to happen pretty fast. They did send us a nice strong candle to the downside, but ultimately it has been bought up pretty good. And there's been a couple of altcoins that actually bounced pretty hard. We have Injective, we got Phantom, we got Rune, and I was even looking on the high time on the weekly here. Where the hell is Litecoin coming from? I see Litecoin's up 8%. So we're going to speak about the Dusty Coin as well and see what's happening over there. But guys, nonetheless, right now, I want to explain to you that we are fighting the downside. This is the survival stage, right? This is where we got to get through these areas. However, the bears are running out of time. There are many indicators on the high time frame showing that the push to the upside is coming. And it's a catch up from the altcoins, but it's also a high time frame move that can end up a couple of weeks of strong strength within the push to the upside. Plus, these big dumps, guys, they trigger specific altcoins. They trigger strength within the markets. And I'm telling you, we're going to get to a point where the market's going to rally and catch up the previous dump pretty fast. The question is now, is it done? And if we survive the next couple of days and they don't push price down, I'm very much expecting the bulls to take over and start to rally to the upside. So I think the weekly close is going to be a big one. And if we weekly close positive this week, I think next week's going to be a double-digit week. So happy Friday to you all. No more wasting time. Quicker show again today. And I will remind you to hit the likes up. Okay, and then what I'm going to do as well is in the comments, if you want Sniper Club, if you want Easy Algo, tell me in the comments after this video why. And on Monday, I'll be going through the comments and giving away 3 Sniper Club, 3 Easy Algo, and 3 bit-funded $49 accounts for you guys. Remember, Marcus not giving money, so I'm giving away as much as possible right now. No more wasting time. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like Sniper. Welcome to Sheldon Show.
Alright, guys, happy Friday to you all. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and rate that like button. I want to see the likes fly. I told you, market's going to pump when we get a lot of likes up. Guys, I hope you're doing well. I know it's a bit choppy. I know it's a little bit not demotivating, but the markets are pumping pretty quick and then they're coming down. The market's volatile. So a quick reminder now, if you've been going through a little bit of struggle within the markets, I think we are getting the buys right. We're buying and we're going into profits, okay? I think the main thing is now just take shorter profits for now. Okay, until Bitcoin is above $63,000, we have 200-day moving average, 50-day moving average. We've got horizontals there. There's just so much resistance sitting there. Until we are through that level, don't be afraid to take profits on winning trades, specifically on your trading accounts as well. Your high time frame, you've got to be patient. Your long-term portfolio, just be patient. We're buying in incredible areas. We're buying where the sharks and whales are buying. And you can see again, I want to show you, you're not seeing much in price, but I want to show you this over here on the tweet. Where is it? Here we go. You can see from Quinton over here. Institutions report holding Bitcoin ETFs. This was in the Q1 of 2024. 874 institutions. Now we're at 1,000 in Q2. And you can see the graphs over here, guys. That while price action is boring and retail is not interest existent, institutions are buying aggressively. So again, I want to remind you that the hardest time is to fish is with the whales and sharks, but they're buying, right? They're the ones that are accumulating. And whenever the market is ready and enough is accumulated, the market is going to pop. And not only is it going to pop, it's going to catch up. And that's the crazy thing as well, is when the market gets brutally hit at times, it does catch up very quickly. So again, any of your short-term trades, just take short-term profits then, because we are making money this week. Okay, the thing is, though, it's getting to the top and it's coming back down to the range bottom. So the market is ranging. So if you look at Bitcoin over here, still, if we can put in a short-term higher low, I'm still looking at maybe yesterday's low as the temporary low. Okay, they did come with a cheeky little wick. We did have quite a fat red candle over here. And as it stands here, we are still a little bit bearish, okay, for another downside push. However, if we do hold anywhere between the 57 and 56 and we put in a higher low, it's very likely Bitcoin is going to then attempt back into those 60,000s. And what we are seeing is obviously dominance is now sharing between the ups and downs, but we are definitely getting some altcoin strength when the markets are going up in specific altcoins, right? And that's what you're going to pay attention to. If you're trading, keep on the strength. Tokens that are strong, keep trading them. You know what I mean? Injective is pretty strong. THORChain is pretty strong. I'm seeing a Doge. I want to speak about Doge in the show as well. I think Doge is going to do pretty good. Solana's strong. You know, there's a couple of really good tokens. Tani's strong. I see XRP is going to break out. I see Cardano is going to break out. There's a couple we'll speak about now in the show. But nonetheless, trade, strength, take profits until we're above that important level. But this is where I'm looking at the first scenario where we come down, make a higher low, and we actually push to the upside. Then we obviously got the possible dump. And if the dump comes into play, it will happen again quick. Okay. And then we're looking at 55 to 54. Okay. 55 to 54. And then I'm looking at a very strong reaction over there to start getting us back up. I'm not seeing anywhere back down to the range lows just yet, guys. Just yet. I'm not seeing any major concerns. I still got to remember that this is choppy, but we are still holding. There's still a lot of support in these areas over here before we think about going back into the 40,000s. If so, always keep some cash for investment opportunities. We don't want to catch a falling knife if the market starts to go down to those areas for trading. Trading, you always want to wait for the market to settle. When the market settles, it gets boring, interest drops down, volumes drops down, and we catch the break from those areas over there. So that's my two plays over there with Bitcoin. A slight short-term concern with alts. Okay, so what I want to show you guys over here, let's just see on the Bitcoin chart. Yeah, keep this trend in mind, the one that we faked out the other day because of CPI. Okay, keep that same trend. The moment we get a closing candle. So this is what's going to help you guys a lot now. Right now, markets are pushing up and down, very volatile, but you got to wait for closing candles. And specifically, I'll say around the 4 and 8 hour closes. So if you see we go up and we break this trend and we start closing outside this trend, I'm taking that as a breakout. Okay, the wicks don't matter anymore. When we wick and all these sort of things, closing candles are super important. So if you look at that now, we come to the total 3, the altcoins. You could see that altcoins are still pretty strong. We haven't even lost the low yet over here. Okay, so there's a bunch of support below us over here. So the market wants to tank down today. We do have a very strong bounce point just below us. Okay, and then what you have is obviously if Bitcoin melts up, we do have this zone down here, which is on the verge of around about probably 7 to 10% pullback within the alts. And then I'm seeing a strong reaction in that zone. However, keep this trend in mind over here on top. And the moment we start getting any 4 hour, 8 hour closes outside of this trend, I'm looking at the push up. And I'm looking at around a 10% push to the next major resistance. This is on total 3, which means some coins will do 20%. Some will do the 10% as well. It all depends on which one is strong at that time. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is on the verge of losing support. So yesterday when the dump happened, and this is what gives me a little bit of confidence with altcoins, that even if Bitcoin wants to dump, it looks like dominance wants to tank. If that happens, okay? And if Bitcoin is to get bullish, it'll be amazing if this drops off because then you'll see a mega altcoin rally, but you might even get the dominance go up, which means Bitcoin's gonna bounce pretty hard and push the upside. So the dominance is sitting at, it's forgiving right now for altcoins, which is really good. And I like it when the market is back to these phases. Then we've got things like ETH. So if we keep an eye on ETH over here, ETH has hit the 382 yesterday, which is actually a very strong support. There is the trend. So I just want to put this trend correctly. So what you do again is you take the closing candles, and that's what you want to see us close above. And ETH is very close to a breakout. So that's looking good. Plus, we have ETH to Bitcoin on the verge of breaking out as well. So pretty good over here. So I'm not super bearish. We just got to survive the choppiness. Okay, next big trade I spoke about yesterday again, and I did take it again over here on my Bitfunded. I've taken Solana with a nice little stop loss just below these areas over here. But what I'm thinking about Sol is still fighting this trend. Look, you want to see the first 4 hour close. So it is wicking, okay, and it's coming back into trend. But the first 4 hour close for me, I think Sol is going to be pushing up. So Sol is still one of the good trends. Yesterday I did get stopped in the Sol position, nice and tight. But this is where I'd be re-putting my new stop loss if we start to break out. I see I've lost. Oh, there we go. I'm back. This is where I would update, put my stop loss if I'm buying the breakout over here in the 4 hour close. So Sol is still on the books over there, guys. Then you got things like Doge. Doge is bouncing good, but keep an eye on Doge for the next day or two. If it starts to break this trend, Doge is going to get going. So right now, you can see what I'm doing, guys. I'm basically tracking the market as it goes up, and I'm looking for weakness, right? I'm looking for, okay, it's starting to show some pullback strength. Now, some of them have started to break that. But then what they're starting to do is they're starting to do this trend. So now what I'm doing is I'm tracking this trend. Okay. And that's what you basically got to do right now is move with the market. And if we start to crack these trends, then the same thing happens again. That's my buy signal. And these are my areas of how long I'm going to hold the trade for. So you can see that that's the basic concept, and now you can see it in play over here. There, I got the bottom trend. We lost the bottom trend. We came to an important fib level. We've bounced from the fib level. So the confirmed breakout, and this is not out of the picture until we break out of that trend. However, keep your trends in play, keep alarms on them, and be prepared for them for when they want to be breaking. So Doji is still one of them. 𝗦𝗚𝗡𝗑 is still looking pretty strong. Did miss the stop yesterday, which was good. This is also looking pretty good for entries again in the zone. If you want to, you put your stops over here. And again, until we break this big red box, we are in danger for a push down over here, but that's not a bad thing. If you get stopped here, you're getting a better entry. And I want to show you this over here with the total 3, that if we buy over here right now, we're looking at the sensors, we're looking at the region of around a 10% pump, right? If we get these breakouts, if it goes down here, you're looking at 20%. So any short-term losses you take here will well be made back on the next push if the markets go down cheaper. Okay, that's 𝗦𝗚𝗡𝗑 in the house. Let's look at things like Phantom, looking strong. No buys right now in Phantom. However, we gave the call. Phantom's looking good. And it's definitely leading the race at the moment. So Phantom is still good. That's the main support line on Phantom. So any traders that are in Phantom, just move your stops below that area over there and protect your trades. Injective just popped below support yesterday and bounced straight back up. So I got short stopped over there. However, I did get back in 2-3 hours later in those zones. And I'll show you guys over here where I got back in. My entry was back. It was better than yesterday. Yesterday, mine was 18.3. Now it's 17.9. So I did take around $1,000 to $2,000 loss. However, I got a better entry. Therefore, I'm up today. So stop losses are not bad when it comes to getting a better entry. You make more money to the upside. So Injective's looking good. Again, we've got to break out of this descending or this uprising wedge over here. So it's important that we start pushing and breaking through those major zones. If not, this is still a possibility. ThorChain on the run. It's about to run further. So I'm looking at ThorChain to run around 4.2. So that's good. A couple more. Let's go through them. 𝗏, keep an eye on 𝗏. 𝗏's coming to retest this major trend. Okay. However, it is breaking some short-term trends. So what you want to do here is you want to look at a couple good Fibonacci levels. You want to take it from the bottom through to the top, 382 and main 618. So how do you know which one it's going to bounce on? Again, I will clean this chart up. I now know the basis of it. Now what I do is I take this. Let's get my main fibs in play. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So I know that this is where it should bounce if it is strong right now. And I know if the market is not super strong right now, we're going to next supports. You can see what I love about this is you also have horizontals that are backing the fibs. And here as well, you've got a high that's backing. Now, how do you know again? You just pop in this nice little trend over here. We hold this level, break the trend, that's the area to enter. If we don't, we lose this area and we go down to 618 and we bounce on 618, break trend, that's where you want to enter. So 𝗏 is becoming available again. It was not available. Things like 𝗕𝗓. 𝗕𝗓 is still looking at some downside now. However, keep the trend in play. You want to get the breakout on 𝗕𝗓 when it is ready. Sometimes you got to be patient, guys, but don't miss the trades when the trends break. So yes, prepare for downside. You can even sit in your hands right now. You don't have to trade right now, but make sure you catch them when the trends break. Here's things like Chainlink. Chainlink's in a good dollar costing zone. It's looking really good at the moment. I want to speak about XRP. Keep an eye out for a short-term XRP breakout. And why I like this breakout is because you catch this breakout, you're going to catch the big one. And I want to zoom out here and show you guys the big one. Is if you catch this, you're catching a very long weekly one. This could result, XRP going back to $1. So keep eyes on the XRP chart. I actually want to look at Cardano, see where Cardano's at. There we go. So Cardano is actually running slightly against the market at the moment. Okay. And if you look at this, it's actually on the verge of nearly breaking the trend. So this for me wouldn't be a leverage trade unless you wait for a break and a retest. So what I mean is you wait for the break and a test. That could be a nice little leverage entry. However, this is a spot entry. If we start breaking this trend, you pop your stop below over here, and you're preparing for a rally for XRP back up to the major 618, which is in this zone of the mid 40 cents. Okay, so that's a good trade over there on Cardano. Then let's see a couple others. We've got Blockstacks in the house. Not much happening over there. There was a couple more that I did want to speak about. Again, I want to remind you guys, Nakamoto. I think Nakamoto is in a great investment area. So keep eyes on this. Then I want to show you guys this as well. Remember, like if you look at NVIDIA right now, it's about to break trends, guys. This thing's about to rip off here and break through. So remember, we also have swarm markets. Go below in the description. You can open up swarm markets. You can buy real world assets with crypto on chain. So you can buy Apple, BlackRock, coin. So guys, if you're getting into trading, it's not just crypto you're trading as well. And if you're making some profits in crypto, or when you make profits in crypto, know that you can diversify them to these as well. So by using Swarm, you're able to have access to buy any of these with crypto and on chain. So shout out to Swarm. Lots of love to Swarm. Link below in the description. You need to learn how to diversify, guys. It's not all about just crypto. Crypto is our money using tool, but you got to learn how to diversify. I want to remind you again, we got Bitcoin for sale on the markets. This is creating a bit of the suppression. Every time we get somewhere, it's getting sold. We've got the government selling a bunch of Bitcoin. Remember, when it dries out, markets will fly. We know how it is. We just got to survive the downside. Bitcoin at its lowest last week. Bitcoin is down 32% from its all-time high. This happened in 2020 and many times in 2016, 2017, before price pushes up to new highs. I don't think it's different this time. And you could see this over here. You could see on the chart that we have seen these stages before, and it's usually been the stages before the major rally, right? The major push. Dubai court has ruled that paying wages in cryptocurrency is acceptable. Nice. You can see stuff's happening, guys. We mustn't ignore that it's not happening. We've got obviously some MetaMask news as well. Introducing MetaMask Card, the world's first MasterCard debit card that enables instant spending directly from our self-custody wallet. Very, very, very big. We've been teamed up with MasterCard and on X Group, that one, I don't know how to say it correctly, to bridge the gap between crypto and daily life. With MetaMask Card, every day can be crypto pizza day. How's that? Amazing. A few things as well, just keep an eye out on. There is a little bit of short-term liquidations to the downside, short-term. So if there is that short-term pullback, you can see there's a bunch sitting at around this 50, 56 sort of area. So just keep that in mind. Let's look at the 3-day, a little bit higher time frame, sitting at the top. So again, what am I saying? If it's going to be more downside, it's going to be short-term now. However, the liquidity is at the top. So the short term will be bought and the market will start to rocket and chase the high liquidity. And you can see the liquidity sitting back in the 60s. So any pullbacks now, I'm preparing for the push back up to the 60s and above the 60s as well. And let's see midterm sort of views. Let's see where those liquidation pools are sitting at the top. Exactly. So short-term pullback for me, and then markets start to rise up. We're also seeing a little bit of the fear and greed. We're still sitting in fear. So again, we know this has always been the best times to pay attention in the markets. And I also want to remind you with this chart over here, the best time to buy altcoins is when we're in Bitcoin season. Bitcoin season, the best time to sell altcoins is when we're in altcoin season. So remember that it's altcoin time to load up and to be prepared for over here. So back over here, just closing off on the show, shorter shows for now. Okay. Until the market gives us clear direction. Right now, we are still in danger. 2 plays. We're either going to bounce over here. There is the trend line that you can track for that. Okay. And then we're going to push up into the weekly close. I think the weekly close is still going to be strong. You can see we're sitting a little bit confused on the weekly close. And again, I'm looking at this turning green this week. Or even if it closes like this, it's pretty bullish for next week. And you look at things like Injective, printing a green candle already. Look at things like ThorChain, starting to print a fat can. That's what I'm expecting, guys. That's what I'm expecting from a lot of the market, to start absorbing all of the damage that was done on especially alts that got brutally hit as well. So I'm still seeing short-term pullbacks, but push into the weekly close. This is the first play. The next one is we really nuke down today. This will maybe come off a little bit of news. However, that is a steal and it's a bargain to catch anywhere around the $53,000, $54,000 zones as well. And remember, as a trader, you can be patient right now. If you want to be conservative, you don't want to lose any cash or take any risk right now, just wait for the trends to break and the weekly closes. Guys, have a fantastic day. Remember to comment below in the video. I want to remind you guys again, Bybit, we have a Cybertruck. If you use my links below, open up a Bybit account, get a raffle to a Cybertruck. Okay, we've got BitGet. If you go below, we have BitGet, amazing exchange. There's $30,000 of deposit bonuses by using my link below there as well. So shout out to the exchanges as well. Have a fantastic weekend. Comment below in the video. Tell me why you want Sniper Club, why you want Easy Algo, why do you want Bitfunded? I want to remind you guys, Bitfunded, if you open up right now, the market can come down, let's say today, okay, and I will get hits on Bitfunded, okay. However, I'll lose $49. I won't lose $5,000. Okay, yet I'm on the verge of passing my first level now, getting to the next level, and then I can play with way more money than what I actually got. So Bitfunded is amazing because it gives you all these different challenges that you got to get through. 2 challenges, which takes a couple of days. It takes you around 5 to 10 days to get through the challenges. However, you unlock bigger accounts and you're not using a lot of your money. So if you're losing a lot of money, this is one of your main things that you could be using, because again, what it does is it gets you to win 2 trades One is 8%, one is 5%. Then you unlock this money and you keep 90% of the profits. But the best thing about it is the downside, you are not losing that much. And that's a big thing. So remember, Bitfunded is below in the description as well. So tell me why you want Bitfunded. Guys, have a fantastic weekend. I got education dropping. Go watch my education. I got great education dropping this weekend. Love you lots. See you next week. Much love.